Hey, I was just going to show you sort of what I've kind of found so far that might be useful for you and what you're doing over there. Um, so we can start off with some of the stuff that you asked for. Nitrate. Nitrate probes are actually the most expensive thing on the list. Uh, and nitrate is the only thing we can measure electronically. Otherwise, we are going to be using uh, for nitrite, you have to use the chemical strips. There's not even an electrical probe that's available for that yet. Although there's a bunch of academic articles written on people trying to make a nitrite probe. All we have now is nitrate. Um, pH probes are not nearly as expensive, and they're $45. It's just something. It just depends on what you want to monitor there. Oxygen probes are kind of on up there with the nitrate probes. They're 120. So again, just depends on what you want to monitor there. Let's see what else we found. So I found some cool stuff here. It's a 3-tap. So you have 3 different probes. These are 1/4-inch fittings. And it measures the total dissolved solids, and this comes out as parts per million. And so you could put this, if you had some type of filtration system, you could put this at various points through the filtration system, and you could monitor the parts per million go down. And total dissolved solids and electrical conductivity are pretty common measurements that you need. As far as the brains of the operation, you need one of these. It's just a cheap ass Arduino. It's really competitive in price. It's $27. It does everything you could ever want. It's got the micro SD card storage for logging data, so that you're not going to have internet. That might be useful. But yeah, I've used this platform a lot. It's really great. And let's see here. So as far as controls and other things, well, I guess we'll keep going with sensors because I figured that you might need these. So I figured you would need, at some point you're gonna need to know what the air temperature is, where your grow is, and then your humidity. That's $10. These were way more expensive than I thought. These liquid level indicators, so they're $40. This is a 12-inch strip. I'd still highly recommend it in your sump, just so that you don't blow out your pump there. And then this is just a liquid temperature monitor, which would also, I figure you might need. It's $10. So that's all for the sensors that I kind of looked at. And then I also, as far as control and actuation, this is kind of the only thing that I've looked at so far. For actuation. Okay, so we have so for $7 you can get one of these quarter or half-inch valves, solenoid valves or whatever, so you can switch these on and off. So you could easily incorporate those for $7 a piece. This is really cool. I think you really need this. It's $30, man. And you plug it in the wall, and it's got it has one socket which is always on, which is going to power your Arduino project, and then your Arduino is going to plug into this signal terminal block right here, and then you can use sure the document says what voltages do what, but then you can with that one little signal port right there, you can switch these other 3 relays, and they're good for up to 12 amps of surge. So that's 1460 watts on 120 volt AC. Um, at that load, at that surge load, you're looking at 400,000 cycles that these relays are good for. They are mechanical, so they click on and click off. Uh, but still, like if you have like a 600 watt surge, then you could go for 2 million plus cycles. So it's just annoying the sound that it makes, but it totally works, and it's $30, and you get 3 channels of AC control. 2 of them are always off, so you have to energize the coils of those to turn them on. You have one of these which is normally on, and you have to energize its coil to turn it off. So they kind of give you a little spread there, but you can hook whatever the fuck you want up to that, and then turn it on and off. In terms of that other thing you're talking about for temperature control, this is a much more serious AC relay. It's 1 channel for $50, but it's solid state, which means it's bulletproof and it has a really high, almost infinite, cycle life, and it can switch on and off really fast. So it's really good for actually trying to control some shit. But for the aquaponics thing, you just need that other one, that $10 per channel AC on off thing would do you. And that just shows how easy it is to hook it up. Like, I didn't realize it was that easy. So they just got one temperature sensor coming in here, and they have one signal wire going out, and it turns this heater thing on and off. But that's just how easy it is to use some of this stuff. So I figured I'd give you that rundown. In terms of cost, you're looking at a base price of $27 for the Teensy. That's the Arduino. And so I figure you probably want a temperature sensor for the air and humidity. You probably want a liquid temperature sensor, and you're probably going to want that nitrate sensor. Seems like at that Aquaponics website, it seems kind of like you kind of have to have it. So with just those 3, you're looking at $200. And then I would definitely invest in the 3-channel relay module and a liquid level sensor, so that you could turn off your sump if it runs out, or and you would essentially, if the sump runs out of juice, you've detected a leak. So it's a form of leak detection. You could do that. And then if you wanted to monitor some filter stages, it's another $50. I think you might actually need that oxygen sensor, because I don't know how you're gonna tell if the air pump is going or not, because like the pressure is not going to change. Like the pressure of the air will be equivalent to the pressure in terms of the head of the water above the inlet is going to be constant pressure. So, but we'll have to look at that later, because that's $120. That's pretty expensive. But if you want to throw in a pH, that'd be a pretty legit setup for 360. If you want to do everything, all the sensors, you're talking about 480. So that's the breakdown. Figured I'd let you know what's doable. Holler at your boy.